So the budget challenge is starting officially today. Some new things they've added to it that are going to be good for you because you get part of your score is going to come from your engagement. Does everybody find on Student Home? So click on Student Home. See where it says your engagement.
Your down. Oh no, I see it. Okay.
And then so what affects it is the average engagement over the last week. So it means once every 5 days, either through the website or there's a mobile app, you go in and you log in and check your balances. You take every quiz before its close date, which for y'all is going to be pretty nice because the only quiz that's going to close right now is this week. We're having the pre-simulation quiz close. All the rest of them don't have a close date. At least I don't believe they do. I'll let y'all know if we have close dates. And so you have to make sure all your quizzes are done by the close date. You pay every bill on time. And you'll be considered unengaged 3 days following any late bill. There is a trophy that you can there's not a trophy, a certificate you can receive, or different markings you get to receive based upon your engagement is one of the things.
My engagement is great.
So everybody should start off at a 75% target is where it's marked, and it should say 100%. Correct?
Yes.
And so that lets you know how you're doing.
And if you click on the percentage, it tells you your engagement history.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this is a new thing and this rolls out to me the same day it rolls out to y'all. So something that happens with y'all, I'm getting the same information that day. So I'm not getting pre-information before y'all. So I experienced this challenge with y'all. So now, the next thing that y'all will have is, do you see where it says take action? And you have 2 vendors with outstanding balances. This is one way you can get to your bills that are coming up. So you can click on it. You can see how much you owe. You can get into the invoice.
Like click on pending checks or
no.
Or vendors with outstanding balance.
Yeah, vendors with outstanding amounts. And you see where it says Vista View? I'm clicking on it. And I can view invoice. And it'll tell me how much I currently owe to them and when it's due. So that calendar is great because it helped us plan our budget. But let's say you lose your calendar. The invoices will tell you when they're due. Also, check the backboard. For this first month, I haven't got them in there yet, but I've got your paydays up there right now. I will be putting in your due dates for every bill. So on the 9th, I'll put rent due. And so you have a visual reminder on the board, so you might check that every day to make sure you have everything taken care of. And so it tells you all the details for your bill, and you can close that. So let's go back to Student Home. And pending checks will show you if you have any pending checks. It also takes you to your bill pay. And so you can see how you're paying your bills.
Pretty handy dandy.
We've already spent a lot of time in the financial literacy portion. And that takes you to all your quizzes. I know there's a quiz out right now. We will take care of it on Monday. So we'll take care of the loans and credit cards on Monday. I think it's actually Monday and Tuesday. If I remember right, this is a 2-day lesson.
Oh, we won't be here on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we won't.
One act.
Me, Colson, and
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you can get to your textbook here. You can also get to your textbook up here under Student Home. A knowledge base is if you're, let's say you're away from me and you have a question, this is the help section. And it's more than just help, how do you do something? So you need to have questions, how to do something. Why did I earn this? General questions. Why is my loan bill so high? Some different things that you might run into. And so this is all the different things that they consider questions that y'all might have. You can also create a ticket. I think y'all can. You can get your mobile app. You don't have to have a mobile app to do this. But you can use a mobile app. The mobile app will let you pay your bills. It's actually a quicker way to pay it is through your mobile app than it is through here. Some people found that a lot easier. They've really improved the mobile app. So after we get done with all this, I'm going to let y'all get y'all's phones out today, and we're going to download the mobile app.
Thank you.
Does everybody feel comfortable with everything that's under student home?
Yes.
Banking. So click on the banking tab. It will take you directly to your credit union that you're banking at. The first section is where you're going to pay bills. And so let's go ahead and pay our apartment. And so I need to know how much I owe them. So I go over to my vendors, click on apartment, and I say, okay, I owe them. And y'all's may be different than mine, so make sure to pay attention to your bill, not my bill. 1128.57. And so we're going to go to pay our bills and select Vista View Apartments. So you notice how there's certain days that are grayed out.
Mm-hmm.
Those are days you cannot pay a bill. So today is the 3rd. I cannot have a bill received by someone on the same day I pay it. They receive it the next day. So let's say a bill is due today. I'm going to have a late penalty if I pay it today.
So you always have to be a day ahead.
You have to be a day ahead. And so I'm going to go ahead and pay.
Our bills aren't the same.
Yeah, it depends on which one. And honestly, I had changed mine so many times when I was showing people. I don't know where I ended up at because I have to go back and double check.
Okay.
Where
do we go to see?
So you go to vendors, go to apartment, and
Current balance.
current balance.
Okay.
And then you hit pay bill, and it disappeared.
Do we say for rent?
You can put for rent, you can put for apartment. The memo section is getting better. It used to be that was the only way you knew what it was for, but then now they're actually showing y'all some details.
Can we put today's date?
You can't put today's date.
What do I put?
You need to choose some day between now and the 9th.
Oh,
we
okay.
can't choose.
What,
Already? And then just hit.
I put the 4th. Since I'm wanting it to be paid now, I'm just going to go ahead and schedule it for the 4th.
Must be a dollar amount less than 2,000.
Oh, forgot to tell y'all this. It does not like commas. So those that came into the error, it does not like commas.
Why does it delete when I go look back at the balance?
It didn't subtract any from my checking account balance. I guess it won't till to the next day.
So that's what we're about to go over.
Okay.
So if you'll scroll down, you'll see pending checks. And that was a good question because it does not come down here to your account activity until tomorrow. So be careful. Make sure your pending checks do not exceed your bank balance. Because if you do, then you're going to overdraft your account.
Do we press pay bill when we're done?
Yeah, pay bill when you're done. And it should come down here to pending checks.
It says amount must be
The dollar amount less than 2,000.
Make sure that you have no commas.
Oh, no comments?
Some reason the commas throw the machine off.
So would I just do 1128.57?
Yes.
Paid.
Okay, So now it's showing up under pending checks. Let's say always go back and check your pending checks to make sure that you wrote it to the right place and for the right amount. So does it say to Vista View Apartments, and does it say the amount that you wanted it to say?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
If it for some reason doesn't, what do you think you can do?
Edit it.
No, you can't edit it.
Delete it and remake it.
Delete it, remake it.
I just totally improv that.
And so tomorrow on the 4th, you can get on your bank and you'll be able to see the changes.
So,
Actually, it won't be on the 4th because Clark's is at night, so it'll be the next day.
like, okay, so if the amount is like $500, just example, and you pay $499, is it gonna charge you the late day, even if you're $1 off?
Yes. If you're 1 cent too short, then you can get a refund.
Okay.
Let's say if you pay over, if you pay too much, you can request a refund from the vendor.
Cool.
And it will show up the next day.
Cool. Unless the vendor has no mercy. And they're like, nah, we're actually.
No,
gonna take the money.
Now, the only one you cannot do that with is credit card.
Oh, okay. Do they not give you your.
Because unless for some reason you're paying the exact full balance, there's always something there that you can pay off. And so they are assuming you're adding to that payment, so you cannot request it back. So be careful in that because credit cards, you cannot request the money back. Okay. And so we've gone through paying our bills. Remember, you have a trophy for earning for your savings account. So if you go to banking, you can go down to your savings account and you can see that my savings account balance is 0 right now. And you can transfer funds. What are 2 ways you can find to transfer your funds?
Student home or banking.
So under banking, you can go down to transfer funds, or over on the side, you can click transfer funds. Direction of transfer, checking to savings.
But that number is not accurate because we just paid a bill. And
Yes, I'm not saying, and so be careful. You don't want to have this number because it will take your money to your savings without regarding whether you have enough money to cover your other bills. So don't transfer money out too soon.
what was the saving trophy? Like, how much did we have to have in our bank?
$750.
I can do that right now.
But make sure, think about how you had it planned on your budget. Did you want it to go out now, or did you plan it to go out?
Next, I had a plan to go out next, or like February 10th.
So I would wait till February 10th, the 23rd. Yes, you have the cash, but when did you make your plan?
You're right.
And so
Stick to the plan.
on our, let's go ahead and take this back one step. I forgot to do this. So we paid our rent, so you mark it off as paid.
On the.
See those checks that I gave y'all over on the sides? Those were to check it off that you paid it.
How do I get there again? Or to
The budget challenge spreadsheet.
plan it out?
Plan It Out has it in it, or you can just go to your, it should show up under your spreadsheets. And for me, if I start typing in the name of my spreadsheet, it starts pulling up under my Google search.
Do I have to check? So these ones.
What's the right one,
And so the next thing you're going to do, what date is this check going to go through? What day did I pick? Well, I picked the 4th. So 2-4. I don't make you go any further than that.
Thank you.
You don't have to put the year, month, and day. It will automatically transfer it to a verbally written out month, day. And then my check number. Your check number can be found under banking. It will show under your pending checks the check number. So mine is 2941. And this is on the second tab on your budget spreadsheet, the one that says register. And this is going to my apartments. Vista View. And was it a deposit or withdrawal?
Withdraw. So we, wait, do we put check number one?
No, it's whatever check number. It's not check number one.
How do I find the check number?
It's under pending checks.
It's after memo.
After memo, third from last, whichever way you want to think about it, is where I have it highlighted up here on the board.
Check number 2.
And we're all going to have different check numbers that we're at. And so I'm at check 2941, and I am withdrawing $1,128.57. I press enter. Ooh. I'm going to go around and manually adjust y'all's. Evidently something went wrong with my calculator.
Uh-oh.
Because it's supposed to,
No, but the day we paid, so we put
And then
adjust that. So I will come around and help y'all adjust that manually.
And for deposit, what do we, oh, we didn't do deposit. Never mind. And transaction, did we do for rent?
Transaction, you'll need to take and change it to wherever you're writing it to. I don't mind if you put for rent or if you put Vista View Apartments
Let's put Vista View.
or apartment rent. It just means something that identifies it. And then
Mine said true.
False.
I have to go, did you put an equal sign?
Where?
Okay, I have to go over and look at yours and see why it said true. Okay, so that got us through our banking information. So you know how to transfer funds, you know how to pay your bills, you know how to record your bills over on your budget challenge. You'll be expected to make sure that your budget numbers match. And if they don't, let's say I paid only $250 to my credit card. I need to adjust it here. This is a living document that will change based upon what I need to do. You need to adjust your check register. These things we turned in at the end of the challenge for points.
Oh.
if we turn in the budget,
You have to unsubmit it to be able to see it again.
this,
It's fine.
okay.
I forgot to mark the grades on them, and that will go back to y'all.
Where is the spreadsheet that you were just on?
You turned it. It was under Plan It Out,
Find it up.
I think is what it was, or Make a Budget. I can't remember which one. Or which way I worded it this year.
Let's see here.
It's either Make a Plan or something like Budget.
Looks like this.
It's the one that was due this last Monday.
Nope, that's the doc.
So
Monthly calendar? Nope, that's just.
okay, it's on the other one. If you're seeing that. And then the last thing that I need to go over with y'all is under the employer tab. You can view your pay stubs and see what you've been paid. Here will also show your 401k activity. You can go down to 401k and see a more detailed, and I don't know if y'all's will, can't remember if y'all shows up all the details or not. They're trying to get me to buy the next level up of this program, so they get me the full thing. And then change your 401k percent. It will show you your current percent, and it will show you, have a spot where you can change it. So if you're one of the ones that decided that you wanted to do 8% one time and then 7% for the rest of the challenge, this is where you would go to change it. You need to change it, I think it's Wednesday before your payday. Technically your payday is on Thursdays, but your money is not available to you to use until Friday. So I'm marking Friday as y'all's payday. And it also shows you your payroll calculator of how much you should be having come in. It also shows you your health plan. If that comes up later as questions on it. It also shows you your W-2, which you won't be able to see until you get your first paycheck. Any questions for me of where things are on budget challenge? Yes,
I still can't find the spreadsheet.
I'll come and help you with that.
Okay.
The rest of your period